Hey guys, what's up? Signal Warden. We're gonna play Dawnstar today. Before we get into it, I want to shut up for a second so we can all enjoy this amazing soundtrack that they put together. So shh, listen. Pretty spectacular, right? Alright, I'm gonna be honest. That's probably the strongest point in the game. This isn't a bad game, I don't want to give that impression. We're just gonna go through some of the options here real quick before we get into anything. Visual, quality, shadows, anti-alias, nothing crazy. Interestingly enough, there is no resolution setting. We'll jump into our key bindings. The problem with the key bindings is there's a lot of different functions, and I didn't even know most of these were capable in the game. I didn't know there was a map my first time playing this. So it's one of those things that a lot of people I think are going to miss. It doesn't do a great job of walking you through everything you can do in the tutorial of the game. So, you know, there's a lot of function here, but a lot of it is hidden unless you come into the key binding section and figure everything out before you're playing, so you don't really know what anything is related to. So, you know, it's good that they put a lot of options in. It's sad that they didn't feel the need to tell you about it. A lot of it comes up in prompts too that are crazy fast and easy to miss because you're in the middle of action. It's in a bad spot on the screen. So we'll get into that as well. Let's start off. Let's get into this bitch. Let's do this. Let's dip our toe in the water. I'm gonna shut up now.
Mind if I join?
Yeah, I mind.
Thanks.
You got 2 seconds to stand up and walk away.
Hey, relax, Muscles. I've got money to lose.
I'm beginning to see the bottom of my glass.
I can fix that problem. What's your name?
Chuck. The name's Chuck, but you can call me Chuck.
Oh, I get it, Muscles. You're bleeding our drunk friend dry.
While this is nice and the voice animation is decent,
What brings
one of
you
the problems that you can't see from your end right now
I'm
is
looking
that
for a new ship.
this isn't on autopilot. You have to
So,
click
you fly.
to get through the text, which is
Not
really
according to
cumbersome
my old insurance
and
agent.
kind of annoying, and you end up wanting to
Can we
click
play
through the
the
conversation
damn
without
game,
actually
please?
listening to it.
Deal then.
This is something that's going to pop up once in a while. You get either the option to go heroic or hero or anti-hero. I haven't seen how it affects the actual storyline of the game yet. I haven't gotten that far in, but we're gonna let's cheat. We'll say cheat.
No one is this lucky.
So yeah, it changes story points.
Luck has nothing to do with it.
It should be on autopilot. You know,
You say
Still
I
looks-
suck at cards?
Well,
not enough action
kinda
on the
do.
screen, but it looks decent.
whoa.
I'm gonna grind your ass up and then launch what's left out the airlock.
Could use some sound
Come
effects
on,
there.
guys. I just ordered another drink.
Chuck's right. We don't have to fight, do we?
Are you always this gutless?
Only when I can get hurt.
You like to draw? Good, cause I'm gonna rip it off and beat you to death with it.
So that's the way it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Too bad you brought a big body to a gunfight.
Go ahead, shoot me.
That's not a very good idea, son.
Do it as soon as you shoot me.
You shot him?
There's some of that great music again.
What the? I didn't. Why is the station shaking?
You must have had a dead man switch. His crew's gonna tear this place up.
I didn't shoot him, I swear.
Then who did?
We don't have time to play detective.
You said you could fly? Prove it.
What?
I'm too drunk to get out of here on my own.
Fine, give me the keys.
Okay, and here we go. We're going to jump right into the meat of the game. This is what the majority of, I mean, this is what all of your time is going to be spent doing in this game. You are doing space battles, and you can see the prompts up in the top left. Not the best place, and especially when you're being shot at, it's difficult to look up there. It's so far away from your field of view, but what can you do? Obviously this game has a really heavy Cowboy Bebop vibe to it. There's just no way around it. Like, they were definitely going for Cowboy Bebop. It's got a lot of item systems in it. You see that item that was just up there that went is a item pickup, and you're gonna get all kinds of weapons upgrades. We'll get into all that later. But yeah, the big part of this game is it's space. It's dogfighting in space. It's your standard space fighter. Yeah, well, yeah, so I mean, it's a pretty standard space fighter, if you could say there is such a thing. I mean, there haven't been many. The game is definitely, it's reminiscent of stuff like Absolute Zero or Darklight Conflict. It looks a little more like Aces of the Galaxy. Unfortunately, that's where the resemblance stops. It has some problems with the space combat, and we'll get into that. I'll show you when it comes up. But all in all, I mean, it's a good-looking game. The soundtrack is great. The controls are decent. So, you know, here we have our targeting system, and you can see the giant, clearly distinct, easy to find in the field targeting reticle. Target this big sumbitch right here. Targeting is a little weird. Like, it's either really on or really off. Also, with larger ships like that, distance is really hard to tell. There's certain situations where you're dealing with space stuff like this, where you see right there, it's really difficult to tell what's debris and what's the ship. So the reason I got no damage off of those missiles I just fired is because apparently it all collided with debris that I can't see. So you gotta accelerate forward, and then acceleration seems to drag, and then you get there and the acceleration is out of control. So you gotta stop and back up, and we'll shoot them again, and boom, 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 boom. There we go. Now we scored some hits. And granted, it's a huge ship. See, and I couldn't shoot because I got caught by debris that doesn't look like it's in the way again, but apparently it is. And I mean, you can see the health for what is a galactic destroyer on the top right, and we're quickly dropping it. I gotta change targets real quick because I'm taking too many hits. Yeah, I'm taking fire from everywhere. See, now you can see, like, because they're targeted, even though they're far away, I have no obstructions, the targeting is, like, super tight. But, I mean, this feels kind of slow. I think it's just because it's the tutorial episode. The tutorial mission. I don't know. I don't know. I really want to take out this destroyer, though. Just because it's big and it's slow. And it's being an asshole. Because it looked at me funny. I didn't like the way you was looking at me, Galactic Destroyer. Also, I feel when you throw an enemy that has this much HP into the first tutorial mission of the game, it's going to automatically give the impression that your game is super slow. it feels less like a dogfighting game right now, and more like a really consequence-free space mech warrior, where you're just firing off at other people and hoping you do more damage than anything else, and he's not even firing back. So, I mean, he's marked as an enemy. I'm doing damage to him, I can target him. The only reason to waste the time taking him down, I guess, is the gold. But we don't know that for sure because it's the tutorial mission. So here I am, just strafing along the side, shooting him in the ass, and he explodes. And there doesn't even seem to be any pickups off of that. Son of a bitch. Alright, well, let's target one of these other jerks, and once again, we have debris in front of them, so we gotta fly around it, which is standard for a space fighter. Like I said, the only issue I have with it is the fact that I can't really see them. Also, your weapons will overheat. I'm out of missiles, by the way. There is a reload function. I don't even know if that came up in the tutorial. If it did, I missed it because the tutorial flies faster than the ship does. And that's actually another one of my complaints. There's no real sense of speed in this game. You just don't feel like you're moving that fast. So this is my goal. This is the warp gate, as Chuck Tso says. Here we go. And loading times are pretty sweet. And you're set into a static JRPG style
You aren't going to hurl
discussion.
again,
And
are you?
actually, this has voice dialogue, which is
I got
not as
nothing.
frequent
I think
as
it's clear.
you might think.
Hello,
And
Chuck.
just like the opening, you have to click to prompt through each
Well,
thing,
you are
which
the
is
last thing I
really
need
annoying.
right now. What do you want, Alicia?
I'm here for you.
Nice, Chuck.
Not like that.
I've got too big a... Saved my life.
Wait, were you the one piloting?
Oh, what, now you're
Yeah.
impressed?
You were pretty good.
You were there?
Who do you think started that fight?
You shot that guy?
I needed to see if you still... Story,
Did you already get kicked out of the Galactic
Yeah,
Mob?
the Galactic Mob.
in a manner of speaking.
Like I said, this game
What's
wants to be
going on?
Cowboy Bebop.
I made
So
introductions
bad.
for this
Haven't
young
seen
lady
anybody
to
with a
become
wooden
member of
katana
the
yet, but it
Galactic
would
Mob.
not surprise
Great
me.
risk to my personal well-being.
They also need a dog.
What's the Galactic Mob?
Did you just cross the border?
Dawnstar is chaos. It's lawless, corrupt. Closest thing to a government out here is the Galactic Mob, and I used to work for them.
I wanted to fly for them, so Chuck made the introductions I needed.
Yeah, so all the major
Usually
cutscenes are
I
done in
try to
this
steer people away from organized crime,
emotionless comic.
but She was
I
hell-bent
guess
on
it's just a
joining.
comic, huh?
That was nice of you.
Yeah, it's in this comic format, but you're gonna see other
It was
interactions have
imperative that I get into
the
the Galactic Mob.
left and right character
Yeah? Why was
positions,
that?
just like
Because I'm going to shut the
JRPGs.
Galactic Mob down.
Which,
from
you
the
know,
inside.
that's definitely a popular aesthetic, and I can
I'm
understand why
obviously
people
not
go
the
for
only
it.
one who's been drinking.
I've played my fair
My
share of
job.
JRPGs as
I'm an
well.
agent for the core worlds. That's why we're changing things up. Instead of hammering you with thousands of starships, they sent me.
Taking them down isn't going to save Dawnstar.
I'm not here to save Dawnstar. I'm only here to keep Dawnstar's chaos from spilling over into the core.
How noble. But that still doesn't explain why you...
My cover was blown.
Well, then you should head back to the core worlds and tell them you failed.
I can't go back. They won't let me in. My only hope of getting out of this hellhole
Hey, wait
is
a
to
minute, the
finish
core
my mission.
worlds?
Please, Chuck.
Isn't that what they
You're
called the
only one who can
Alliance?
help me. I can get you 10 million credits as soon as the Galactic Mob is taken.
Firefly
I
fans?
can't go back to
Oh,
the
man.
Galactic Mob now. They already hate me.
Should they be calling
Thanks
Captain
to you, I
Mao?
probably have a bounty on my head.
Captain Reynolds would
I
have
can
handled
use the
this shit.
credits.
You're
Captain
nobody.
Reynolds can
I had the
handle
perfect
anything.
cover identity, and even then I needed Chuck to get me in.
She's right.
Then let's build my reputation the old-fashioned way.
It's not the worst idea.
You don't
She
wanna
went
do
along with
this.
that way
Safer
too
ways
easy.
to make
It's
money.
no wonder her
Not the
cover was
kind of
blown.
money
She's
I'm
kind of
offering.
shitty at her
Trust
job.
me. Don't throw your life away on this kid.
Chuck, if you want to help, great. If not, don't try and stop us, all right?
I know someone. She used to be a major player in Dawnstar. I don't care about the money.
That's a really weird place to end that conversation. Conversely, the other thing that really weirds me out... Oh, here's another great soundtrack moment. Press space to dock. I don't even know where the fucking dock is, but it's just like, just press space and we'll just dock, but we'll fly around for a little bit. Get a view of this station. But yeah, I mean, that was a really weird place to start. And it just... That's another thing. There's like... In the story, he states, he's surprised, my ship. And then you start off with a ship, but you start off with 8. Like, different style ships, bomber, interceptor. Like... old pirate frigate. Like, they just don't explain to you where the fuck these ships came from. I don't recall earning them. I don't know why I have them. I don't know if one is going to be better for a different mission or not. Like, it's... While it's cool that you start off with 8 ships, there's no real explanation given as to why the hell you need 8 ships. Like... Yes, obviously, they all have different stats and they all do different things. I'm sure they all fly different ways, but where is my motivation to even bother trying the different ships? There's no... At no point did they tell me where there's a benefit to taking the Shadow Mark 1 over the Galactic Interceptor. So, like, it's kind of confusing. I'm not sure... I appreciate the fact that they didn't want to, like, keep ships from you. But, I mean, and then you have the inventory where you can outfit your weapons and your shield, and I think there's, like, boosters and thrusters. Let me see. There's a burst laser. Yeah, so you can see the level 1 damage, rate of fire on each weapon, which is important. Heat, like I said before, your guns can overheat, so the lower the heat output, the less of a chance that your weapons are going to shut down in a critical moment if you keep firing them. I don't think that was really necessary in this game. I mean, I kind of feel like in space missions, if you're gonna go with the dogfight route, you should step away from realism a little bit. Especially if you're smaller, you know, fighting style ships. You're not... if you're flying more of an X-Wing than a Star Destroyer, you know? If you have more of a in-and-out combat style, you're not doing the Star Trek hold and fire and full power to shields. Like, it should be basically focused on just shoot anything that moves and focus on your maneuverability. Like, that should really be where your focus lies. So yeah, we have our different loadouts here. And actually, it's funny that I say loadout, because there doesn't seem to be an actual loadout setup. Which is a shame. I mean, you could do without it, but it's kind of a shame. There's just not a strong tutorial in how the items are done, but the one thing I will say is there does seem to be a really broad selection of items, and you can shop for them, as you can see here, but honestly, 99% of what you're going to end up getting, you will get through pickups, just through random drops. Yeah, I mean, you can pull up your inventory and jettison whatever you need to, like, mid-combat if there's a pickup that's better and your inventory is full. Again, it's not something they actually tell you. It's something I did by accident the first time through, so... Yeah, it's... I don't know if you can swap equipment out. I haven't tried to swap equipment out mid-combat, but, yeah, I mean... I imagine it can be done. So then you have your skills and your training. Skills are basically, your skills are passive and your training are perks. I'm sorry, your skills are passive and they're loadable. So you'll see when you're in combat, you have your primary weapon, your missiles, and then your 2 skills. Some of your skills are activatable, some of them are passive, I think. And then I think your trainings are all passive? I don't know if I have that right. It might be that your skills are active and your trainings are passive, but either way, they're only gained through levels, and I haven't seen a way to actually level up the individual trainings. So, yeah, so these are actives. Plasma Shot and Nano Field. Yeah, so these are active abilities. And then, let's equip them. Thank you. And then your trainings, yeah, these are your passive. Turret Mastery, Quicksilver. We'll get that up there. And you can hold up to 4 passives at a time and 2 actives, which is pretty nice. But again, you know, it doesn't seem to be a way to upgrade them, so once you hit that cap of what's in front of you, that's what you get. There's no way to focus down one way or the other, except for the fact, I mean, you do have 4, so you can throw all of your stuff towards defenses or throw all your stuff towards offense. And here was one of those JRPG style conversations like I was talking about. There's no voiceover in this. Annoyingly enough, it is still click to continue dialogue. Yeah, damn it, Chuck. When she says Charlie there, I can think of nothing but all dogs go to heaven. Charlie! Charlie! Yeah, it's... I wouldn't mind this dialogue being click to continue, it's just there's so fucking much. And as much as I want to follow the story, I just... I want to just click through so bad. I just want to click, and get to the fucking next mission, because this is painful. Ha! She said. I don't really know what shop they were referencing. I don't know if we saw that or not. So, I mean, it's just a weird dialogue element. And they don't really explain why the pilot doesn't know any of this shit. Like, that might come later on in the story. Again, I've gotten past where we're gonna go with in the video today, but I haven't gone super deep. So, you know, take it for what it is. I'm not gonna sit here and profess to be some kind of super expert in the story. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, they could have really explained all of this in a much more succinct manner, where I would not be falling asleep and trying to think of ways to entertain myself whilst clicking like a robot to get through the dialogue. Chuck looks Han Solo. He looks like yeah, Chuck looks like Han Solo. I got fucking cotton mouth today. I don't know what that's about. I feel like I should like stick paper towel in my mouth and like get rid of all this extra saliva. I feel like a freaking Saint Bernard for some reason. Alright, finally we can load and we're back in space. Oh, space. Space. Alright, so here we are. We're going to get our first taste of what the standard space combat is going to be like in this game. And as enjoyable as it is, and here we go, yeah, I can pull out my inventory during space battle. So, we're gonna be joined up by Chuck and Ginger. I can't remember her name. You can see the first problem I have. Like, those are my targets, and apparently I'm moving really fast. But it feels like I'm crawling. You can see the distance closing in. I just took fire from somewhere. Alright, there's Chuck, and he's getting fired upon, so... Hey now. Leading is critical, but not nearly as critical as you'd expect from most dogfighters, like, because of how kind of overly compensating the accuracy is for targeted enemies, or against targeted enemies, rather. It's not really terribly concerning. Also, there is, as much as you can dart around, there is definitely a feeling of, like, this slow, loping combat. And ouch. Uh-oh, I might die here. I don't think I could take another hit. Uh-oh, oh no! Oh crap, I'm stuck. Okay. I don't know how I'm still alive. That turned around really fast for a ship that size, dude. That definitely just turned on a dime. That thing could be in a Jaguar commercial. Holy crap. There we go, I died. Okay, so now we explode. And we're gonna respawn. There's cracks in the camera lens, which is weird for a third person, but whatever. Okay, so, where the hell is that galactic freighter? Because that shit was almost dead. You can see I have a blue bar and a red bar. The blue bar is my shield, the red bar is my health, so the blue bar will regenerate, the red bar will not. And you can see the same thing with enemies up in the top right corner. They will have the blue bar, which will go down when they take damage. Let's see if we can get a little damage out on it. If we can ever get there. Oh, this is painful. Okay, so you see the blue went down. And then, after not taking damage for a little bit, that blue bar is going to regenerate, and that is their shield. There we go. And 2 shots, their shield is gone, and... come on, let's do some damage to this fighter. I'm doing a bad job of leading him. Let's get a shield down for that missile. Come on, missile. Yeah, baby. Oh, he's still knocked down. Eat it. There we go. Okay, we got a bunch of drops out here. Let's see what these are. You can see the distance of the drop, which is kind of weird. Scavenger shield. See, it tells me what it is, but it doesn't tell me any of its stats. So, like, I don't understand why it's even... It's like, oh, I don't need a Outer Limits shield. I have no idea what the difference between the Outer Limits shield and the Scavenger shield is, because I just started playing this game, so I don't know. Pick them up anyway, because who doesn't like pickups? Seriously. I want to shoot you in the face. Oh, man, it's just so far away. And the other thing, too, is you have that retro boost, but every time you shoot, it takes you out. So you have to just kind of charge at them until you feel you're in distance to fire. I'm just going to keep firing on him because I already got him down to 600, 500 HP. He's down to half health. So a couple more shots should take him out. He's got no shield up right now. I think I'll have him out before I even get to him. Boom. Boom. Explode. There you go. Okay. We got 3 targets, and my friends are skirmishing with them. They can handle that little guy. I'll take out this son of a bitch, which is an Aether Pylon. Aether Pylon by Jaguar. In my head, they're all made by Jaguar. Because... Do you guys want to hear the story? I don't care. I'm going to tell the story. When I was younger, they had a commercial for the Jaguar S-Type, and it had the British announcer, and he would go, Jaguar S-Type. And I was in love with it. So I'd walk around the house all day going, Jaguar S-Type. Jaguar S-Type. And here I am, 30, still doing it because I'm a fucking man-child. Anyway, back to the game at hand. There have been situations where my accomplices here have taken damage. They've not seemed to have taken damage in this particular battle. I don't know if it's just because it's too early and the battles that I saw were later on in the game. There's a couple other styles that of space mission you're going to see as well. There's I haven't run across any escort missions yet. Again, I am still really early in the game. But there are a couple of speedrun missions where you have to basically really quickly navigate your way through a field of ships, just, you know, in and out, and dodging debris and dodging giant spaceships and going around their hulls. And weird thing about that, though, is they manage to try and get the sense of urgency out of you by speeding up the soundtrack, which was weird. So it's like this jazz bit done at, like, you know, twice the speed, 200% speed, and it's just like all really high pitched. And the first time I went through it, I thought the game glitched. And there are a lot of missiles coming at me, and there go my shields. I can't, ouch, that's what happens when you don't have shields. That's the asshole shooting at me. And he seems to be a lot more maneuverable than I am. Let's hope maybe at some point I'm as maneuverable as he is. I don't know what that heart thing is. I guess I got some kind of achievement for not dying. Hooray for me. Oh, this guy is shooting missiles at me like it's his job. I guess it kind of is his job. There we go. You gotta lead him a little bit, but what's weird is you can either lead him, or you can go ahead and, like, target directly at his center, and you still seem to be landing the same damage. Which is really weird to me. Damn, he turns fast. There's definitely some inertial compensation you have to do too when you make a quick turn. So I'm not drunk. It's just there's some loping you have to deal with. I can understand they wanted the combat to be a little more mellow. You know, that kind of fits the mood and the aesthetic. But it is a space combat game, so... Like, right now I'm stationary, you know? Like, I've reversed my thruster so that I'm stationary, and now I can chase and pursue. But... I just don't think they got... I don't think they nailed down relational space properly. Distance and speed visually is different than actual distance and speed, and I think while there is definitely a more realistic aspect to closing the distances and zipping past each other at close distances, and there should have been visual compensation, I think, made for a lot of the fact that you're in open space most of this. Come on, there you go. You're in open space for most of this, and like... But you pass through nothing, you know? Like, you just keep flying through open space, and it doesn't feel like you're moving. And in the rare occasion when you're close enough to an object to obtain that speed, or to obtain that feeling of speed, it just... I don't know, it's just not enough. Like, it's really sparse, and I understand they wanted to get the desolate feeling of space, to get that whole mellow, chill atmosphere. It matches, like I said, the aesthetics, and it definitely matches the soundtrack. But... yeah, let's modify this. But yeah, like, I don't know, I just really wish that... And this is a rare complaint, I kind of wish the areas that you were fighting in were a little smaller, or that there was a lot more enemies to fight at one time, so that you really had some great space skirmish moments. Like, it just... There's so many games that have done skirmishing in space before, and and I'm not saying I want this on rails, not by any means, you know. Like, I know one of the games that I think nailed it was Aces of the Galaxy, and, you know, a couple of the Star Wars console games, but they were on rails. I don't want this on rails. I like the idea of it being open. I just wish, like, here, watch, we'll go past this, and now you have a sense of your speed. Whereas here, we're still moving at the same speed. You just don't really have a sense of it. You know? It just takes forever. Screw you, Punchy. We definitely just collided. Mid-space collision, and we react like bumper cars. Okay then. There we go, get some health back. And Fixer Burst Laser, yeah, we'll get that. Yeah, targeting is a little easy once you get them in your sights. There's a delay on the audio for pickups, which is weird. It was mine, so let's be careful. I lost him. That is not good. There you are. Back off, Chuck. This one's mine. Oh, God. Thankfully my shields regenerated there and took half of the majority of that. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you this isn't fun. It is fun. Let's see if I can switch out to rockets and maybe reload. Get some new rockets in here. No. Still no rockets. Okay. Alright. Bam. Some of that. Some of that. Some of that. And see, I'm not stationary right here. I'm flying towards him, but it doesn't feel like it. And... yeah. Why I'm wasting my time flying towards this boost when I have full health, but... I did it anyway, and I'm still taking damage. From you. Come here, you prick. Man, there's a lot. Ugh. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I'm not having fun with this game. I am. It's a fun game. Boop. Bumper cars. Bumper cars are only funny when they bump. What up? Aesop Rock? Anyone? No? Alright, whatever. Yeah, I mean... it's a fun game. I just, little tweaks, I think, would take it from being an okay game to being an incredible game. Yusef the Baby. I guess that's like a mobster, or like a boss. I didn't notice this the first time through. Well, he's not much of a pilot, because he is stuck on an asteroid. I'm just gonna stand here and shoot you in the face while you're stuck on that asteroid. What in the world am I looking at? Oh, good flying there, Chuck. Or was that Alicia? Yeah, it was Alicia. Nice flying, Alicia. You're an ace pilot. There you are. Did he just fly out of the asteroid? Alright, so... little glitchy. Little glitchy. Dude, again, this is one of those indie titles that you gotta appreciate what was made. Like, I couldn't make this. I couldn't make anything of this quality, you know? And it is a quality game, it's just, there's some tweaks that need to be made. And I hope that they sell enough of them. I hope that they sell enough of them to get some improvements made, get some small perks, and I hope that they come up with a follow-up game that is even better, because it's, like I said, it's not a bad game. I'm probably going to spend some time in it. I don't know if I'm going to dedicate a ton of time. I wouldn't go so far as to call the game a time sink, but I'd do something with it. This sumbitch is almost dead. Boom! Rank up. Eat a dick. Baby. And we have one more enemy somewhere. Where are you? Yeah, that's Dawnstar. We're gonna dock again, see what we got. For those wondering, if you like what you saw here, this is made by indie dev Wraith Entertainment, and it is currently available on Desura and Gamersgate. It is $9.99, $10, so not a huge hole in your pocket if you're really interested in the game. It is also up on Steam Greenlight. So make sure you get your booty going over to Greenlight. And if you want to see some more space action adventure with some Cowboy Bebop feel to it, you click on the thumbs up button. Or you will make baby Jesus cry. And nobody wants that. 'Cause it's annoying. It's kind of a... what? I'm off topic. Anyway... So yeah, that was Dawnstar. Here we have our Outer Limits torpedo. We'll sell some stuff in the inventory, blah 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 blah. I hope you enjoyed this game. For what it's worth, I did. Not the greatest game I've ever played, not the greatest space adventure I've ever played, but it's not a bad game, and I wouldn't call it a bad game. I'd say it's a so-so game. But I always encourage you to go out, try it for yourself. Feel free to come back to the comments and call me a moron, because I know what the hell I'm talking about. Signal, you just don't understand the complexities of this space opera in JRPG format and how that speaks to me as a person and the Shut up. Shut up, it's my opinion. You go have yours, and then tell me about it. Make your video and I'll watch yours. And we'll hug and share a beer. And you've heard enough of me. This was Dawnstar, made by Wraith Entertainment. I am Signal Warden, made by my parents. Bow, chicka, bow, wow. And I hope you enjoyed. Have fun, kids. I'll see you next time.